All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another great episode of I Hate the Homies podcast, and we glad that you do. Episode number 108. Rock Teasy's who I be.
Yeah, well, Rock Teasy is who you shouldn't be because it's episode 109, and me and Dave just told you.
Oh, yeah? My bad.
Yeah, it's 109.
We told you three
just
times,
said
and you
it.
said, got it, and stood right there and said, well, anyway, how about this? Mr. Raider Nation, Mr. Go Blue, Mr. Jason the Jet Terry, and I hate the homies, especially when we just told them.
Just told them, man. And it's your boy Super Dave, but guess what, y'all?
We don't
care. Pimping? But I'll tell you what we do care about. College football season is on its way, and Florida State. Florida State got upset already in week number 1. We're going to break the game down, all that good stuff. College football playoff rankings. These two gentlemen right here is waiting for Rock Teasy Sports Genius predictions on who I think my 12 going to be in the playoffs.
Waiting is strong.
They waiting.
Yeah,
they waiting.
That's strong. I mean, you should have had it last week, right? Right, Griff? Did we have ours last week?
See, that's the difference between...
we did ours.
That's the difference between me and y'all. I'm the genius. You know, I got to take time to do my homework and research. And of course, one of my favorite coaches and people of all time, Coach Prime Time Sanders. He kicked somebody out of not being able to ask him questions during press conferences in Colorado. One of the reporters ever. So we're going to tell you who that is, what that's all about, give you our thoughts. CeeDee Lamb, he's the new multi-millionaire contract with the Dallas Cowboys, so all Cowboy fans can relax. He will be on the field for game 1. And then, of course, Anthony Edwards said some things about 90s basketball players. We're going to let you hear what he said, and then we're going to respond to it. All right? I hate the homies. Episode number 109. I got it that time. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping, baby.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Yeah, huh? I've been geeking for this broadcast. Got me in my bag, cause all they do is talk a lot of trash. Wait until I see them face to face off of this podcast. What you gotta say now? Check the facts, don't have the wrong stat. Rock T, he a genius as a sport, make Ricky smile, boy. Super Davey Harley come up short on like it's Cowboys. Always controversial, Griff call out plays, no rehearsal. Got me talking all in circles. I hate the homies. And Griff be laughing like it's funny. But they never bet no money. They my mans, but they throw me. I hate the homies.
All right, so let's start off college football. Game of the week, Florida State.
This is very confusing to y'all. It's week 0.
Week 0, I did not.
Week 1.
Everybody else was mad about it too. Week 0, but you know what? Before we even talk about that game, just watching College Game Day with the new addition of Nick Saban,
yes.
Who hates everything that a reporter asks, but now he a reporter, so he was having to fix his answers and questions. I love that part. I mean, I literally sat, y'all are Central, so 8 to 11 for y'all, but from 9 to 12, I watched College Game Day. I didn't, you know what happened, dog? I'm so mad at this. I'm watching the whole thing from 9 to 12.
Yeah.
My wife's cleaning up upstairs. I'm downstairs. I'm playing the game. Oh, and I beat Super Dave in a series. Okay, you're right. Hold that for later. 0-2.
He said,
I'm
hold that for
seeing
later.
this tease for the whole College Game Day about how Georgia Tech has a kicker that's from Ireland. Wait till we tell you his story, dog. I go check the mail. I come back. My wife say, what an amazing story. I was like, you watched it? Why you watching? I missed the whole. That was really like the main thing I wanted to watch, and I missed it. But watching College Game Day again was awesome.
Now, who's your little furry friend right there?
It's Maryland.
Yeah.
Because on when we tape, I don't feed them at their regular time. So really, she like feed me. This is the feed me. Look, this is you hungry. This is the.
I know. Yes, sir.
Don't let Peter see this part.
Hey.
What did y'all have a chance? I wanted to text y'all, but I was like, man, I was enjoying it so good by myself.
Let me tell you something, man. Number 10, Florida State goes down by unranked Georgia Tech.
It was awesome.
Now, this is why this is so awesome, man. I mean, Georgia Tech, just because they beat Florida State, doesn't mean they're going to go on a run and start beating everybody.
Beat Clemson and Boston and right.
But this is great for sport. This is great, man. I love the underdog. They wouldn't even expect.
It was number 4 in the ACC last year, though, Rock. So they wasn't sorry.
Hey, but they wasn't. Man, Florida State was supposed to blow this team out.
Florida State was supposed to win the championship. To have a Florida State fan tell you,
come on, man.
This is my whole point. I told you guys this last week. I wanted Florida State to go ahead and play so we can stop talking about. They can stop talking about last season, and now they see last season is over. They're going to a new season now. And they got the same quarterback. This is transfer portal. But you got a guy that went from Clemson, which is DJ. I ain't saying his last name.
Ukulele?
DJ. Yeah, that ukulele.
Yeah. He didn't know how to say it.
DJ went from Clemson.
DJU. That's what they called him all Saturday.
What'd they say?
DJU.
Oh, okay. But he went from Clemson to Oregon State, now to Florida State. He looks lost out there at times.
Let me tell you something. Looking lost wasn't, you would think, and I know how you just set that up, huge schools. You go from Clemson, Oregon State is a little demotion, but still Oregon State that got sweet for a minute. They was 14-13 one of them time. But to have captained a bunch of big ships, I thought he looked lost. I thought he looked unprepared. I didn't see him use his legs. And Clemson and Oregon State people going like this.
Right. And you know why, right? You know why he looked that way, right? Because he in his head, I'm a vet.
It's just Georgia Tech.
This ain't no big deal. He went into it with that mindset and got toasted.
Let me tell you something. The way Georgia, by the half, I was going like this. Come on, Georgia Tech. If you're gonna do it, this the place. This ain't America. And then you do them like this off your list. Now no matter what they say. Now, and like you said, if Georgia Tech go and lose everybody else can say something, but Florida State can't. And and from 9 to 12. They was doing these backgrounds on Florida State and the coaches and DJU and how they lost 12 people to the NFL and and they lost.
Right. And that's the whole point. The way you ended it right there when you said they lost a lot of guys to the NFL. This ain't the same Florida State team that played last year.
Oh, not at all.
Also the same team that got their ass beat against Georgia in the bowl game. That still wasn't the Florida State team we saw during the regular season. So,
but what's Florida State's defense? I know they lost some people on that side too, but Georgia Tech is running the same plays. This is a triple option. This is an option.
Run. Georgia Tech ran all over them in that game.
That mean that offensive line was moving them defensive tackles.
Yeah, that little scat back, the little running back was off. That little dude right there got a future.
He was sweet. Yeah.
Come on now. Yes, sir. Yeah. So hey,
did we get a chance to watch the whole game? Either one of y'all?
I watched the whole third and fourth quarter.
Okay.
But I tell you what, get used to this. These games are going to be happening all season long. I guarantee.
Oh, absolutely. No, we know that. Yeah, that, and to watch the guys start respecting the 12-game playoff, like we've been talking about probably 50 podcasts ago, about how it's going to change everything and how they were trying to explain it. Even if you lose, but you win your championship, then you get put in, but you're not going to be where, I'll understand it more as it goes, but basically it's going to be a lot of 2 lost teams.
And maybe even 3. No more than 3.
No more than 3, but maybe 3. 3 if you lose to Georgia, Ohio State, and
it's still strength of schedule. Strength of schedule will play a big part in this too. But I think the biggest part that we all take from this is you want to be the first 4 teams. Mm-hmm. 1 through 4.
Yeah, you don't want to have nothing to do with.
No, because you get that bye week. You get a bye week. Now you got to win 3 straight. But the other team got to win 4 straight to get to the championship game and win it all.
And even on the video game, 4 straight games, and you already done won tough games, and you like, now I gotta play Liberty, and now I gotta play like it's not as easy as it sounds. And then this is what I believe is gonna happen a lot too. People gonna get hurt in them quarterfinals, and even if you win, you're gonna lose somebody important who people gonna be like, well,
okay, that's fine. That's what we see in the film.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And see, I'm not really worried about that too much in college football because a lot of times the backup may be better than the starter. He's just waiting his turn. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, yeah.
We'll be all right on that one, man.
So week 0 is already in the books now.
Yes, sir.
I hated week 0 though.
I don't understand this, and I ain't trying to understand it right now.
They overthinking it.
Yeah, week 1 is this Thursday. Starts this Thursday. Before we get to those picks for this Thursday,
who's the first game?
Rock owes us first, Griff. He owes us his 12 teams.
Did Fam win Saturday?
FAMU?
Yeah, they played. They was trying to push them real big.
I have to look it up, but yeah, they played. Yeah. You got your 12 teams, Rock, before we go into the sports.
Rock, let me go. Let me go over mine again so you can remember. Okay. So here it is. Ohio State, Georgia, Florida State, Utah, Clemson, Tennessee, Louisville, Alabama, LSU, Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame.
You still put Michigan in there?
Don't do that.
I'm just saying. I mean, y'all first all luck last season.
We can beat Texas. There's going to be problems for everybody. That's all I'm going to say.
I gave mine last week. Come on, Rock. Let's do yours.
All right. So my 12 teams that I predict is going to be in the college football playoffs this year.
Oh, God. Let's do it. Just say it. Come on. I'm
still working on it, gentlemen.
Oh, my God. I told you, Grill. I told you. I'm done. I don't want to know anymore. I'm done.
I care less if y'all want to know or not. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm still working on it. I'm probably about 7 teams in.
But it's already the season started.
Thank you.
We asking you the same thing they asked Nick Saban and Desmond Howard and
tell them.
You think I care about that, bro? This is my opinion. This is how I do things. But I will say
Sports Genius is looking like the sports remedial class right now.
I've never called him that.
You had a whole week.
I'll say this. I'm up to 7 teams. I'll be ready to go next week with all my 12.
No, we don't care next week.
Now, if y'all don't want,
we gonna forfeit all you being forfeited.
Hey man, that's on y'all. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm just telling you how I do my.
It must be nice to have 3 weeks to pick 12 teams.
I will say this. This.
Before we get into the game,
hold on. Over the last week, I've been like out of town traveling and working and doing stuff. So I got up to 17. So being honest, I didn't get a chance to finish all my final 12. So that's why. But it is what it is. I have them next week if y'all want to. If you don't,
honesty, lies. 3 weeks to pick 12 teams is. We'll give you to the end of the podcast.
To the madness. I mean, there's a method to the madness.
In NFL playoffs
at the end, when all 12 of my teams are in
who
that,
gonna win the U.S. Open?
I will say this. Coco Gauff is the defending champ. Can she defend her title? I don't think so. And I love Coco, but
I don't think so either. But be scared of Djokovic. He is a problem.
Are you talking about the men's side? Oh, yeah. He's the best ever. He's the best ever.
Yeah.
Before we get into the game,
Alcaraz is
he put him on his you're right. He keep him on his heels. You're right.
Why he had to begin of tennis? We're talking about college football.
Because since he ain't want to talk about football, I was like, let's talk about something else.
Okay, yeah, but I'm ready for it because that's why they call me the genius, baby.
No. Let's make this short and sweet.
Go ahead, Super Dave.
Before I get into the games for next year, for next week, for week 1. Just a quick review of what you think. Who's going to win the SEC? All the teams that's loaded right now in the SEC, who you got?
I think no matter what, hell, on the video game, out of 11 people on defense, 9 people got stars under them, dog. And on offense, everybody, the whole line, the tight end, the quarterback, the running back, the wide receivers, all got stars on them. I'm going with Georgia, and I think Kirby is sick of people playing his team soft.
Who you got, Rock?
Georgia.
I think.
Yeah, if there's going to be any team that could be undefeated this year, is Georgia.
Okay, the Big Ten.
That's a good one because I'm telling you, man.
I'm going with Oregon. I'll make it sweet.
Well,
Oregon's the best team in that conference.
Oregon, I mean, so here's what's funny about, that statement. You can make it because you ain't in the conference. I'm in the conference. It's a tough statement, but it's not a far-fetched statement. Because I don't know, because I've never looked at, like right now I can tell you Ohio State is sick, and Ohio State got everybody. Like they feel like if they lose this, like I want to show Ohio State love, but I'm like Desmond Howard. You just really can't. But I don't know enough about Oregon, but from what I'm hearing and from what I watched on Saturday, I guess they stacked over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know them that well.
They're stacked, and the only thing I have a problem with Ohio State is you brought in a new quarterback. You lost your quarterback because he went to Syracuse. They won 11 games last
the white boy lost one game,
I know.
And they got rid of him like he was awful. He threw for over 4. He was a problem. It just wasn't that year last year.
So my whole thing is I got to see what you have at quarterback. I know what I saw with Oklahoma, with Dylan Gabriel, who's now with Oregon. I know what he can do, and I know what they try to produce. They look for wide open receivers out there. They get them wide open.
I want to see. I don't. The Big Ten. I don't think that Michigan is strong enough. I think we have to do more than beat Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? That's always been, we got to do because Oregon ain't no punk. We got USC, we got Texas, we got some hard games, man.
Can you pick, dog?
Yeah, that's why I was waiting on me.
Oh, now you know how we feel, Rock.
Just pick a team, dog.
I'll give you an answer in October. I'm gonna go the winner. And I'm gonna say it because we a sports podcast, but I'm gonna say Ohio State.
Okay,
I
got Oregon. And you got Ohio State. That was a long way to get to Ohio State, but yeah, I got Oregon. Go ahead, Rock.
Hey man, it's hard to go against Dan Lanning, bro, for what he's building over there in Oregon, and I hate agreeing with doggone Super Dave, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Oregon, bro.
Okay. This is supposed to be quick.
In my heart, Michigan forever, but in my reality, is why I ain't played fantasy football in 2 years. I be too Raider heavy, dog.
You got a championship last year. You got a championship. Live with that and be happy. Let's move on to ACC. Who's going to win the ACC?
It's not going to be Florida State.
Who was added to them?
SMU. SMU is one of the schools.
Utah State or something?
I'm going to it now.
Okay.
You got Georgia Tech, Boston College, California. That's the one that was added. Clemson.
Cal. Oh, okay.
Louisville, Miami.
You know, Louisville was on the cusp. Louisville went to the ship and lost, but was nice. I'm going to go with Louisville, dog. I got Louisville.
I mean, I think this is the rebirth of
Clemson.
Dabo and Clemson.
Dabo coming back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bounce back year for him. I got Clemson.
Because he done had some. I agree with that. He needs to have this year, though. He need it more than us speculating it. Like, he need it. But Florida State losing was a big deal to everybody in the conference.
Open it all the way up.
I'm gonna tell you a team that's talented in the ACC that you got to watch out for, and that's Miami. They got to win this year. You go out and get the kid from Washington State, Ward, the brother. You bring him to Miami as your quarterback. Now, if they can get some consistency there, they should be in the mix too. Right now, I'll go with Miami. I'm picking Miami.
Can you imagine if somehow SMU won the ACC? Can you
Let me tell you something.
That
On their first try, I mean, the last 3 seasons, SMU been like this.
Bro, they stay.
But that whole conference change, and I mean, it's easy to beat up on, all I'm saying is do it to Boston.
They about to find out.
Boston ain't sorry either. Boston is getting a championship and lose a bunch of years in a row too.
SMU won't be in the mix, so we can scratch them out. Big 12. Sweet and simple, just quick. Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
I'm trying to remember the best team in there.
Utah.
Who over there now? Oh no, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma State and who else?
West Virginia, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Arizona State, Baylor, Houston, TCU, Texas Tech, BYU, Utah, Cincinnati, UCF.
I mean,
I got Utah. I'm making it quick.
I was gonna say Utah real quick too. Yeah, Utah been wanting to get out the Pac-12 because they good, but they just couldn't get over that hump. I think this is gonna be a fun year for them.
Yeah, it's a 3 sweep. Utah with that one. Colorado next year. Next year.
But yeah, that's Utah. The year you've been screaming. It really has been.
Come on, dog.
No, don't do that. Week 1. Don't do that, Rock. It starts Thursday. It's no big games really to mention. You got
until
Mizzou.
Saturday.
Yeah, you got Mizzou against Murray State, Southern Utah against Utah, so we'll get a chance to see Utah play, but it won't be in the big, against the
big. They're gonna run the score.
Ain't no big games. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
But he's just saying the actual season starts Thursday.
You didn't know this. You didn't know this. I can admit you didn't know this. What I'm telling you right now. Who plays Friday night? Somebody plays Friday night.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I just want to know who the biggest matchups this week.
Georgia and
I'm just telling you football every day from Thursday.
I mean, I'm watching it. Don't get me wrong. I want to see that. I'm going to Cali for my auntie's 75th birthday. So me and my cousins definitely going to be like this somewhere. Yeah. And in California, we get the games 3 hours before you. Well, 2 hours before y'all, but 3 hours before everybody else. So the first game be at 9 a.m.
I won't name the
y'all want to put a
Which one?
Y'all want to put a bet that Linwood beats Kansas?
No.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not taking no bets if it ain't got something to do with these boys. You understand me?
Kansas ranked number 22. Linwood. This is Linwood. You ever heard of Linwood?
No, I've never heard of him. I saw that.
I have heard of Linwood College, but I don't know why I heard of him. It's in Jersey.
Take the bet. I don't know where they at, but
am I betting on Lindale? I mean Linwood?
Yeah. That Linwood's gonna beat Kansas. Yeah.
Hell no. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I don't want that bet.
You ain't gonna give me like that. No.
You good, Rock? Yeah. Sports genius / gambler.
Okay, Saturday's games, big games you can look at. Clemson, Georgia. It kicks off Saturday morning, 11 o'clock.
That's Eastern the game time. Right there.
So
that's the game.
Even though the best part about this game for Dabo is it don't have nothing to do with the ACC. He could lose. He's still going to get points for strength of schedule. If your first game out the box is Georgia, your boys, you can't have a DJU quarterback. You need to have somebody that's about that life because them cornerbacks, them linebackers, and that line is going to pin their ears back.
Yeah, they got to just play close. If they can keep the game close, that's a win for Clemson.
17-14, 21.
Just don't get blew out. Don't get blown out. Keep it close.
Yeah.
The other game on Saturday that people will watch, Notre Dame, Texas A&M. That's a big one.
It'll be fun. What's Notre Dame ranked?
I think like number 7.
I got Texas A&M. Where they playing?
They're not playing at College Station. They're playing somewhere else. Hold on.
Yeah, they are playing at College Station.
They are?
I got Texas A&M. Them cowbells they got out there.
They got all these kickoff classics. You don't be knowing where these guys be playing. Hold on.
Oh, you think it's a neutral site somewhere?
It's a neutral.
Yeah, it's a kickoff classic.
I mean,
I think they're playing at Cowboy Stadium.
Oh, they playing in Dallas, which is the home game for A&M. It's a home game for A&M.
Very home. Very home.
That may be more home than College Station.
How about that?
I can see A&M.
No, they're playing at College Station. I got it.
Yeah, I got Texas A&M in that one. They need a big win out the box, and then they need to keep that through the rest of the season. But again, My son was at the Notre Dame Louisville game. It was at night. Louisville beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame is sometimes, when you're a boxer and you just need to beat up somebody, a couple people behind who you want to fight.
Yep.
Notre Dame's a shoe-in to be a sparring partner.
I think the whole party is just going to have a good game on that Friday, that Saturday morning, and that Friday or that Saturday evening too.
Yeah,
the Notre Dame Texas A&M game, that's a pretty good game. But on Sunday you got USC LSU. I don't know what to expect because you got a new quarterback. You don't have Caleb Williams anymore at USC. This is Lincoln Riley.
They got a boy that was behind him.
Don't matter.
Played behind him for 2 seasons, so he know that he got to put a lot of points on the board because you still ain't got no defense. I know,
right?
Right.
I think we all know that. So that's what I'm looking. And when I look at LSU, they had to outscore people last year with Jaden Daniels. He was a hell of a quarterback, just like Caleb Williams.
LSU lost a lot of people though,
and their defense wasn't great last season. So this could be a game where one of these guys could be out at the end of the season. Lincoln Riley or the head coach for LSU.
The advantage goes to LSU because they're playing at Death Valley, and that says something. You know what I'm saying? So I got LSU.
And USC ain't never been there, and that place is loud.
It'll be interesting. And on Monday night, you got a Monday night game: Boston College, Florida State, ACC.
Hey, dog.
That's the battle of the same jersey colors.
That's back-to-back games for Florida State in the conference.
If I'm Boston, I'm telling them we can win.
Oh, no, I'm telling them we're going to win.
Georgia Tech. We'll destroy Georgia Tech. We can win.
Yeah.
DJ, you don't want it. We're going to put some hats on him. We're going to mask some defenses. We can win.
Florida State wins this game, no doubt.
You ain't like my you ain't like my Braveheart. I felt very Braveheart with the
it sounded good. They bounce back.
They gotta win.
Yeah, they're 1-1. And then
they 0-2, they out of it all the way, straight up.
And the one game we didn't get to that's on Thursday night is your boy. Yeah, put your hand up.
Let's go, baby.
Put your hand up.
Let's go, baby.
They play tomorrow.
Those little Buffs.
Let's go, Buffs. Let's go, Buffs.
Against North Dakota State. Are you for sure that's going to be a win?
Oh, yeah.
North Dakota State?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
I'll say this about them Dakota States, though.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
They go to the FCS championship every year.
Every year. Yeah.
It's either between North Dakota. I believe that North Dakota State is the green and the gold ones. They might be Buffaloes too. I believe they have the most championships of the FCS. They're not sorry.
I will say
this. You better watch
That's out. Where Trey Lance or one of them boys came from.
You better watch out.
They sorrier than Colorado this year. That's all I got to say. Colorado wins this game, bro. Come on.
I got North Dakota State.
I was about to say I got North Dakota State.
Quit playing.
You want to bet on that one?
You want to bet on that one?
$5.
Okay. I got $5 on North Dakota State.
I'll take y'all 10. I'll take y'all 10.
Since we're talking about your boy at Colorado, you heard what happened what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday with the columnist from the Denver Post?
Yeah, Sean Keeler. Keeler. Sean Keeler. Yeah. He pretty much Deion said you can't ask me no questions at all in these press conferences because he felt disrespected that he was giving them personal attacks against him and the Colorado Buffaloes.
But as a journalist and a
columnist,
interviewer,
yes,
you can't. So what I gotta ask you all nice questions, Dion. How you feel about the jerseys, Dion? Y'all 1-6, but what you think about the glasses that your team is wearing? I gotta ask you nice stuff because you don't want to hear that maybe your defense ain't as ready. Maybe Warren Sapp ain't doing nothing.
No, you can't ask that. That's the problem. You're getting banned.
So
I think it's not just I think it's more Colorado listening to Deion, but Colorado, it's a black eye for them. I'm talking about the university for doing this.
Well, they doing whatever they need to do because the hype is on them. And remember, they've been horrible for the last 2 decades.
Go out and win. Prove it on the field.
Oh, no.
Nice things to say.
Well, they're not caring about that part. They caring about the attention. They love the whole country is listening. I mean, here go the white the dean at Colorado, winning or not, everybody talking about my school. So that just means more kids gonna come here.
But see, this is the problem I have with it. If the guy's a reporter, it's different. You're not asking, a reporter is not really trying to give his opinion.
What's a columnist? He just do newspaper? They still make them?
Well, that's the big question. He's giving this guy a platform now. Yeah, they still make those. And now people are going to go and read it now because he said some stuff about Deion. He's mentioned that Deion was the Bruce Lee of BS.
That's actually funny. Touche. Hold on.
A false prophet. I kind of agree with that one. And he called it Planet Prime. Planet Prime. That's what he called it.
That's where he live.
Yeah, Planet Prime.
I love Planet Prime.
And Deion Kool-Aid, and it's a circus. That's all the stuff he said about Deion and the Colorado.
So what's Deion mad about? He don't like nobody calling him a planet. You don't want to be Saturn or Uranus or Pluto, Deion.
Go ahead, rock this.
Go ahead, Deion. Crotch, jock strap. Go ahead.
Let me tell y'all something. So I got two opinions on this. Opinion number one. I want
to hear the one that say you a journalist.
Yeah.
Opinion number one is a journalist, columnist, reporter, whatever you want to be. If you in these rooms, you have every right to ask whatever question you want to ask.
Damn straight.
Okay.
The person that's being interviewed, they have every right to answer that however they choose, whether they answer it one way or the other, or decline.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next question, right in the middle of your long question.
Absolutely. So all Deion is doing is setting boundaries.
For what?
No, for his own personal reasons. Maybe he don't like the way the reporter is addressing him or whatever. So let me finish. I'm not saying who's right. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm just giving you both sides. I'm giving you from the perspective of the reporter and from the perspective of Deion. He has every right to set his own boundaries and say, okay, I don't even want to deal with you no more. It is what it is. I don't think he should do that. I really don't think he should do that. I just think he should say, hey, man, if you don't like the question that is asked, just say, hey, next question. Or I just choose not to answer that and keep it moving. That's how you do that. There you go.
I'm just so sick of him. I am. I'm so sick.
I want him to have a season. I want his son to do well so he can get in the NFL. His son is going to do amazing in the NFL, I believe.
That part.
Yeah, I think he's already ready to play in the NFL this season.
I think he's more NFL ready than Shiloh, than his other son.
Oh yeah, Shiloh is yet to be talked about. Yeah, we need more football time from him. But
right now, the two guys on this team is Travis Hunter and Shedeur that you're looking at the NFL right now.
But I don't want Travis to get hurt like he did last year and miss. And you know, they said that was a large part of why they was losing. But then when he came back, they was losing the most. So I just want Deion to have I loved how all the black people in America was wearing Colorado stuff. Like I just loved it. Like it was cool. It was cool.
That's fine. I just told you I am sick of the circus. To me, when I look at Deion Sanders, I think he was a hell of a football player.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame football player. But as a coach, I think he's terrible. I really do.
You have a right to say that because his stats back up your statement.
So in order to prove that, win on the field, then give us something to talk about. Right now, it's talking about it's dumb stuff we're talking about right now. Stuff that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's take a couple seconds and break down the circus. If you think about it, you got a ringmaster that controls the excitement of the overall entertainment factor of the circus.
That is how it goes. That's Deion absolutely Sanders. Right.
He's the ringmaster. And then you have all this excitement with the elephants and the tigers and the lions and the clowns and all the fun stuff everybody's cheering for. You bringing this great excitement to the three-ring circus, the tent. That's Colorado. That's the audience. That's the stands. That's the fans. That's everything that you don't like right about now. Let me stop you
right there. This is what Dave is saying. We understand he the ringmaster, but this is what Dave is saying. I know, but this is what Dave is saying. Ain't no elephants. Ain't no tigers. Ain't
lot of
no
clowns.
lions. You just got me at the circus listening to the ringmaster
and looking at a lot of clowns on the field. That's what I'm looking at.
And to bring it to the conclusion here. At the end of a circus, what normally happens? Have y'all ever been to a circus when you was kids?
hella times. But I want to know, remind me what happened at the end.
At the end of the circus, it's a standing ovation. Everybody's excited. Everybody. So what does that make the circus? It's a win for the circus. And Deion came into Colorado with his circus, and he went from a 1-win team to a 4-win team last year.
Don't do that. Stop
He's
that.
going to take a 4-win team to an over 500 team this year. And then next year, he's going to be at the top of the doggone conference. That's all I'm saying.
Dave.
Next topic. Next topic.
All I got
Super
is
Dave.
they lost
Prime
6
Planet.
straight.
Prime Planet. Let's go.
Super Dave, when the Universal Circus first started, right? They would go to the Baltimore, and I'm talking about 96. When they first started, they would go to Baltimore, and they would go to this mall called Mondawmin Mall. It's the black mall of Baltimore, right? When they first started, they had no animals. And what they had was Rottweilers and pit bulls with these little things. And I'll never forget,
like the Dallas
because they was jumping through hoops and everything, but people was like, is that a red-nosed pit bull? Now they done moved on, but I'm just saying, right now, he got red-nosed pit bulls with little things around their neck, dog. And
Universal Circus had a lion.
They ain't even really had the tent yet. They was working on it. I think he the beginning of a circus.
Hey, the Universal Circus got the lions with a receding hairline.
Now the lions got shags. All the lions look like the lion from the Wiz. It might be people with lion suits on for real.
The funny part about what
when I saw them pit bulls and a Dalmatian with the little thing on his neck, though, going through the hoops.
The one thing.
The giraffes were 5'6".
The one thing.
It's a horse. I know a horse when I see him.
At the end of the show, what did he say? He said they stood up and everybody gave a standing ovation.
Standing ovation at the end.
But after last season, I don't think anybody was standing up giving an ovation. It was a horrible season. No matter how you look at it, you can say they won 1 game the year before, they won 4 last year. They lost 6 straight.
If you're a Colorado fan, and I haven't met a real one from Colorado or maybe an alma mater, that's his alma mater. If you're a Colorado fan, I think you want some wins this year. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Prove it on the field. Quit being
because they done went through coaches.
Yeah,
they done went through coaches, so it's time to get some wins.
Hey, real quick, man, let's talk about CeeDee Lamb. He's got his multi-million-dollar contract, man. 4 years, $136 million, 38 million signing bonus.
Yeah,
and $100 million guaranteed. This is the second highest paid non-quarterback contract in the history of the NFL, only behind wide receiver of the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson.
He waited out Jerry. You a Cowboy fan? You a Cowboy fan, Dave? To me, on the outside looking in, he waited out Jerry. Now this ain't a thing against CeeDee. This is definitely agents versus the Cowboys and all that. But the man said, I ain't playing till y'all fix my contract. And they fixed his contract a week before
this is why I was never going to talk about the CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Dak. At the end of the day, first of all, it ain't my money. Jerry's going to sign these guys. Those are 3 guys he will sign. We can talk about Dak making almost $60 million a year, and we don't think he deserves it. But the bottom line is, what else do they have? When you look at CeeDee Lamb, you knew they were going to sign him. This is the way the Cowboys do it. This is their track record. They did it with Dez. They did it with Zach Martin.
They did it with Zeke.
With Zeke, they let training camp pass by. Will sign you right before the season starts. You don't need to be in training camp. We know what you can do.
Yeah, that's all that means.
It's part of the plan.
We don't want to get you hurt, but you knew we all knew he was going to get signed. People were acting surprised, like why the Cowboys are doing this. If you go back and look at their track record, this is what they do. This is what they're doing. That's fine. They're not Philadelphia Eagles where they're throwing money out to people. Cowboys do it their way. I have no problem with it. Take your time. What are you rushing for?
Yeah, I mean, it was all part of the plan.
But they also was hoping that it was a wide receiver that they picked up that maybe might have wanted to step up. And since it didn't happen, they was like, let's go ahead and get this thing snide.
They're going to do it anyway. And
they weren't about to let CeeDee slip through.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
So I think more than anything, we knew CeeDee Lamb was going to get signed, but I don't know if you guys watch. I don't really watch preseason games, but Trey Lance, my God.
5 interceptions in that last preseason game. Like, what are you thinking, bro? Like, are you literally
garbage,
saying, hey, defensive back, turn around?
Go. He's like, garbage. He was the number 3 pick, has not did anything since then, he's not going to get no PT behind Dak Prescott, and he's going to be a wanderer. He's going to have 9 jerseys in his closet before his career is over.
And he's making money. Cowboys are paying for him this year. They're paying $5 million this year for 2024.
And to be a subpar quarterback in the NFL, congratulations, young man.
That's the problem. I don't think he's a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. Yeah, he makes too many mistakes out there. His accuracy is horrible.
He's an athlete that just happened to play quarterback because he was the best player on the team all the way up to this level.
And I don't know if y'all
right. In North Dakota, he was the man.
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, can you throw the ball?
How many games did he play at North Dakota? That's the problem. He didn't play a lot of games. And that's the problem. He hadn't had playing time, but I think the reason he hadn't playing time, especially with the 49ers, because he wasn't good. Right. And he's still not good.
Man, Trey Lance is like, my wide receiver.
He won the Walter Payton. So the Walter Payton Award in the FCS is their equivalent to the Heisman. He won that when he was a freshman. And then so he won that and the Jerry Rice Award as a freshman. And then they won a championship when he was a freshman. And then that was
all I know is it looked like when he out there running around, I know my wide receiver is wide open, but defensive back, turn around. I'm gonna throw it to you. That's what it looked like, dog.
We can truly say that he's a bust. You got they took him high.
Jamarcus Russell.
Remember, no, touche.
Yeah, and I can see the intrigue.
But no, don't even give him Jamarcus. Jamarcus played the whole season.
True story. Yeah.
How about that?
And Jamarcus, that was sad because
look at Derek Carr, big brother. He was a bust. He got sacked 77 times, but he played a whole season. Trey Lance is out here game and a half in preseason with one team, 2 games with another. Like he ain't even bust yet.
But I think I see what the 49ers saw or what they see or potentially could see with Trey Lance. They saw Cap. They saw Kaepernick. They said they probably can groom him to be what.
Well,
Kaepernick
everybody wanted him to be Kaepernick. Quiet as cat. Kaepernick was fresh. He had a high IQ. He could
1 year.
Yeah, but he got him. He beat them. They won the NFC Championship, and he did in that 1 year.
He lost. He lost the Super Bowl. I'm saying after that, what happened after that? That's all I'm saying. Yes, for 1 year. You got to get better each and every year.
But give me that year, though.
I'm pretty sure Trey Lance will take that year.
Who won't take a year that you lose in the Super Bowl? Nobody knew you before this.
Well, that's what they are, the Cowboys. I don't know what they're doing with Trey Lance. I don't know what they're going to do. He gave up a 4th-round pick, but he's on the roster for the Cowboys this season. And he's your
third quarterback.
Third quarterback that couldn't beat out Cooper Rush.
Who the second? Oh, they still got Cooper.
Couldn't beat out Cooper Rush.
Tell y'all something about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush can play. He already proved that. He can play.
He's going to be a starter somewhere.
No, he should be. No, he should be a starter.
Not right now. I'm saying in a couple years, he'll be a starter somewhere because he's done enough to prove to somebody that.
What has he done?
Dog, he won what 5-6 games in a row as a starter.
5 or 6 games in a row, and then he got exposed in that 6th game.
Who has not?
Yeah, but you can't do him like that, right? Don't do him like that.
Tom Brady had bad games.
Cowboy fans, man, we trying to say y'all got a good second-string quarterback, and the Cowboy fan is we hate him and we hate our starter too.
Griff, what you just said, we got a second-string quarterback. I'm fine with that, but you said he'll be a starter somewhere in 2 years. No, he won't be.
In 2 years,
he's a backup quarterback. No, he's not. He's a backup quarterback. Like Jason Garrett was a backup quarterback.
In the NFL.
This is all I feel. If Garoppolo,
I think Cooper Rush is better than Jason Garrett.
Oh, I agree with that. Jason Garrett was a backup quarterback his entire career. And what I see with Cooper Rush, he's a backup quarterback. He would never be a starter in the NFL. Never be a starter for a football team in the NFL.
Hold on, let me mark this down. 4559, episode 109.
That's it.
He will never be a starter.
He's good enough.
He gonna get a job. He gonna get a job this year.
He's good enough to be a starter in the NFL. Now, will he take you to the Super Bowl? Probably not. But he's good enough to earn a starting position.
He won't be a starter in 2 years somewhere for real.
No, he won't be. Y'all are giving him too much props, man. What are y'all doing?
Well, I'm not gonna. I mean, I just enjoy the hostility you Cowboy fans have at your quarterback position. It just
we have a reason to.
I lived there 7.5 years, and I never seen no joy from you when your team was going 9-0, maybe 6 out of the 7 years. Meanwhile, my team is 2-7, and you talking about in the elevator. He talking about stupid Cowboys won a game, but they ain't had no defense. What? Yeah.
The only time 9-0. The only time he was not complaining is when Tony Romo was the quarterback.
He loved Tony Romo. He loved Tony Romo like he loved Prince.
Right.
If Tony Romo sing Purple Rain, he'll die.
No, Tony Romo saying Darling Nikki. He playing Darling Nikki watching Tony Romo highlights.
I gotta check that hurt
my
me.
Quarterback.
That made me feel good. I like that.
That's my quarterback right there.
That's my quarterback.
Hey, let's talk about Anthony Edwards and see what he said, man. Get up out of here. All right, so Anthony Edwards, who, my opinion, top 3 player in the NBA right now. He said some words for 90s hoopers. Let's listen to what he had to say.
He was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal saying he didn't think anyone had skills back then. This is what he said. He said, I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now. But I don't think anybody had skills back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skills. You know what I mean? Hold on. So that's why when they saw Kobe Bryant, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skills. That's what he said.
Wow. Well, Stephen A. Smith sat down with Magic Johnson, and his question was simple. Magic, what you think about Anthony Edwards' comments?
I don't never respond to a guy that's never won a championship.
Message.
To really say he didn't win a college championship. I don't know if he even won a high school championship. So,
hey man, he's right. Look, as much as I love Anthony Edwards, he's one of the
we love him.
Players,
we like him, but little boy,
talented players in the world right now.
You talking about things you don't know.
Yeah, so do your homework, son.
Do your homework.
If you've done your homework on Michael Jordan, then you had to see that the caliber of players back in that era. Now, come on, man. You making yourself sound a little foolish.
Just go look at the All-Star game or the people that made the if you're gonna make comments like that, young man, and Anthony again, Ant-Man, we're fans over here. We love what you're doing in Minnesota. We congratulations on your gold medal, but partner, comments like that are gonna have you out the league so quick because you sound like an idiot. Like you don't like that's not a very intelligent comment. Michael Jordan was not the only one that was playing basketball back then. And what position he played? Guard, right?
Yep.
You don't know about Isaiah Thomas and
John Stockton.
I mean, without even have to name them, you can't make comments like that, young man. You're gonna have to back that up and all that. And backing it up, all it's gonna do is make people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hate you. People like Dr. J hate you.
This what makes
you don't want them people. You want them as as mentors. You want a Akeem Olajuwon or David Robinson or somebody to take you to the side and say, hey, young man, work on this. But to say that everybody he ain't say trash, but that's how Magic took it.
But see, this is the problem I have with it. That's why you can't give every dumbass kid
all the props. He like Jordan. He look like Jordan. His tongue is out.
If you don't go back to your history and see that, because what he's saying really is basketball wasn't created until we saw
until he started playing.
Until he started playing, and what we saw with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan learned from who? A little bit from Dr. J. Everybody's learned from somebody else. Basketball wasn't created right now when you see Kevin Durant. Now, these guys are more athletic than what we saw back in the past because they do a lot more. But skill-wise, Isaiah, Larry Bird, go down the list. You had skilled players.
He would not have drove on Karl Malone.
Charles Barkley, John Stockton.
Hey,
keep going down the list. Scottie Pippen.
Come on, man.
He would not have done that to none of them white, pale-shouldered white boys from the Boston Celtics.
Kevin McHale, doggone it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Kurt Rambis from the Lakers. Like all these, and these are random players, but they were dogs. You know, it's like, come on, man. You mentioned one of the greatest of all time, and Akeem Olajuwon, like to this day, you put him in today's era. You put all those players in today's era. Oh my goodness. You got
Olajuwon gonna flourish because remember he was a point guard. He was like he was Wembanyama and all them back there because he wasn't supposed to be that tall with the skill set. So
see, Rock, man. You said one thing. You said put him or put Kareem, put Michael Jordan in this era right now.
Man,
under these rules,
50 or 60 games a night.
Okay, and that's what I've heard. I've heard guys say that from Tracy McGrady. All these guys say that Michael Jordan played right now, he would average 50 points.
Easy.
Because the game is so different.
In his sleep.
The game was totally different. And
you can't touch people no more. 70.
Come on.
Yeah.
So and they not hard fouling no more.
No.
Right. As many people that was trying to cut his head off every time he drove. Come on, dog.
I would love to be able to take
you the Dennis Rodman, Ant-Man.
That's what I'm about to say. I would love that Anthony Edwards just kind of we can time machine him back to play against the bad boys, the Pistons back in the day, and then bring him back and say, what you think, son?
But again, we're talking about even the time we watch basketball, but we're talking about even before us, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson. Go down the list.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Come on, man. Do your research, man, before you make a dumbass statement like that.
And
every decade.
You don't want to make statements like that because of who you are. You're an influencer. So for me, I'm a comedy student from Laurel and Hardy to Charlie Chaplin to Steve Martin to Chevy Chase to this dude behind me right here, Robin Williams. Like it was people that paved the way for what comedy is right now, you know? So I can't just, when people say, Griff, who your favorite comedian? I can't just say Dave Chappelle. I just can't say, you know what I'm saying? What about Martin Lawrence? What about Chevy Chase? What about, I mean, you have to, but I'm 30 years next April 14th. He's second year in the season. You know what I'm saying? He going on his third year. So my third year, maybe I wasn't that knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? But I know that to be in something, the long game, you have to know who did it before you.
Yeah, but it's the way he said it about not having.
Oh, it was a dumbass answer.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all I was
you
saying.
can't be making statements like that.
And
the way Magic Johnson chumped him off is how he was supposed to. Little boy, you don't. Since we wasn't playing nothing, count these championships. I guess they don't count for nothing either.
Go look at the history. That's all you got to do. Akeem Olajuwon. That's another one. That was like a ballet dancer out there on the court.
We talked about Olajuwon 5 minutes ago. Where was you?
Yeah, I'm like, where?
Was right there.
Yeah, bonehead.
I can't believe you said that like it just sparked the lightning.
he looked like he just said something like Akeem Olajuwon.
We're gonna get on when this fool can't get no 12 playoff teams ready for college football.
Oh no, we'll have that by Thanksgiving.
Yeah, don't get on me.
Sports genius. And now,
ladies and gentlemen,
hold on. And now I'm ready to tell y'all my picks. Merry Christmas, Super Dave. Merry Christmas, Griff.
No, Griff. It'll be the day of the championship game. It'll be the day of the championship
Well, the sports genius has finally made a pick. All 12. I'm going with what's the championship?
What's the bracket? Who's in the bracket? What 12 teams in the bracket? Those are the teams. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate the homies. Episode number 109 has come to a close. Rock Teasy, the sports genius, is who I be.
No.
It's your boy Griff. I'll be the sports novice, the Mr. Go Blue, Mr. Raider Nation, Mr. Jason the Jet Terry, even though it's already one of them, and I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave. Griff, I want my rematch. You're up 2-0 right now.
I'm only up 2 games. I won a series. But let me tell you what I learned in that series. You got no pay. You abandon the run. How about that? You abandon the run.
Well, I saw some weaknesses on you. Don't be telling my business out there like that.
Hey, I told Dave.
All I know is when people abandon the run, that cut all your clock time.
No, in second game,
hey, Rock, ain't nothing like a good fullback dive, Rock.
No. In the
I'll take
game,
2.5 yards all the way down the field.
In the second game, I threw I was being disrespectful. I could have just ran the clock out. I threw the ball on the 5-yard on the goal line.
Yeah.
He ran it all the way back. He could tie the game. We can go into overtime because there was no time left on the clock, and he went for it. When he went for it, I was like, "Now I done played defense this whole game. This got to be the best defense ever because this is what I get." That's why when I was sitting to myself, I was like, "This is what you get." That's exactly what you get for being disrespectful. I was being disrespectful. We can play again whenever, but right now,
0-2 for Super Dave.
But guess what, y'all? I damn sure don't care.
Get off that goose egg, Dave. Deuces, we'll holler at y'all.
I hate the homies.